The Latest in the Gayest podcast is intended for listening by adult members of the LGBTQIA+ community and their allies. Discussions may contain material not suitable for folks under the age of 18. Listener discretion is advised. This week, we talk about news, novels,
and some batshit bingo, bitch.
All this and more on The Latest
and the Gayest.
And welcome back to yet another sensual, titillating, and kind of just all-around erotic episode.
What's titillating mean?
Titillating means like it just tittles. it just tittles, you know?
When the tittles hit.
Oh man, those tittles. But anyway, speaking of tittles and titillating things that tittle, my name is Alex, and I'm here joined in person today.
Oh, yeah.
With my wonderful co-host, Josh. Say hello.
It's me. Hi, I'm here.
Hey, hi, hello.
Hey.
How y'all doing? Oh, Lordy Lou in heaven. Full transparency, we had a bit of a time.
Actually, no, let's lie.
Okay, yeah, let's lie. Yeah, no, you know what? Today, everything's going so smooth.
Got here so early, no traffic on the highway.
Things have just been so good. Josh, got here really early. We got started, we're honestly just, it's going so well.
It's going so, no technical issues at all.
We did not spend an extra hour futzing with sound equipment that may or may not be
because
broken.
It's actually working just so perfectly
because everything's just going so good.
We actually set it up incorrectly and it's actually working even better.
It honestly,
for some reason,
we stacked everything up kind of just on top of each other, and
nothing's plugged in. Nothing's even.
No, so I'm actually currently doing a handstand on Josh's left calf,
and I'm doing what's it called? You know,
where
the that thing with it's like a upside down no, it's like a triangle. It's like something about a dog.
Downward
dog,
yeah.
And we're recording off of
we're playing Twister.
Yes.
While simultaneously recording the show, but
and we're recording with Alex's iPhone that's in another room, and it sounds amazing. Who knew?
It's literally actually no. My phone is currently 2 apartments down
and off,
and I dumped it in the bathtub of the next 2 apartments down that I filled with bath salts
and Cheeto dust.
And hot Cheeto dust, to be specific.
Ooh.
But yeah, so we couldn't be happier.
And honestly, it's just been so great, so smooth, so wonderful.
You know, if we're gonna continue being so truthful, after last week's episode, I felt fresh as a daisy. It went
so well. Didn't even get that drunk.
I genuinely couldn't have felt better. I definitely wasn't lying on a toilet seat for good 5 or 6 minutes.
And I didn't lay face down in the shower for about 2 hours after the podcast ended.
Yeah, and Josh definitely didn't vomit on himself and his carpet
it didn't take me 3 to 4 hours to wash that out of the carpet. It did not.
Because he'd never do that. Because Josh is a classy lady.
I've never puked. I've never drank.
We've never even touched a drop of alcohol.
Never touched a drop of alcohol. Never engaged in intercourse. I'm a good Christian woman.
Have you seen?
Probably not.
I don't watch things. You know Jeffree Star.
Oh, I definitely haven't seen it. No.
Well, so in some of Jeffree Star's videos, Jeffree claims that he has never once touched a drop of alcohol in his entire life.
Okay.
And yet I've seen multiple videos of people it'll show the clip of Jeffree being yeah, I've never drank ever. And then it shows clips of him from his MySpace days, with alcohol and partying, and it's
bottle of Patron.
You want to rethink that statement?
the bottom of the bottle facing
God.
God.
We got God. I might have to cut that out. I don't know if I want Jeffree Star coming for us.
I want Jeffree Star to come for us. It's great marketing. No press is bad press.
Well, that's true. And also, like, what the fuck is he gonna do? What's Jeffree Star gonna do?
Kind of
Send
annoying.
his Pomeranians after us?
Kick them. Just kick the Pomeranians.
I mean, honestly, I don't. I've only ever purchased one product from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and that was for my first Pride festival that I went to. I bought like a liquid lipstick set that was like all the colors of the rainbow, and I like put them on my. I like put them across my cheek to like make the rainbow, and then just like, you know.
Did it stay?
It did actually.
Oh.
And I used a setting spray to make sure that it was locked on there nice and tight. But it was, yeah.
I mean, I'm not I've never been about the whole beauty guru people, unless it's Jenna Marbles that I was about.
Oh, well, yeah.
Her
that's
nonsense.
Makeup icon, Jenna Marbles.
Yes. But I never got into like the James Charleses, the Patrick Stars, the Jeffree Stars,
no.
the Manny. I do love quoting the fucking what's her name? That old lady that's like in her 30s or 40s.
The old lady.
Tatiana Westbrook.
Oh,
I love saying sucking dick and cock.
Sucking dick and cock.
Oh, that tickles me.
Oh, the vitamins.
I love that whole scenario because it's like
the scandal of the millennium that started with like vitamins.
Yeah.
The whole thing started with just James promoting like vitamins that weren't hers, and then she was like,
I thought it started because he was talking to minors.
Oh, well, I
maybe
mean,
that was after.
Too.
Maybe that was after.
Too.
I don't really pay attention.
Well,
I just know sucking dick and cock.
So that's where the whole sucking dick and cock meme came from. Because back in, so for those of you out there who know, back in like 2019 or like 2018, or I forget, but there was a thing called Dramageddon on YouTube, which involved like Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook, James Charles,
Shane Dawson.
Yeah, Shane was like kind of involved, but
Shane had his own downfall.
He had his part to play in it, like, but he James, it started with James literally like promoting another company's like skin, hair, nail vitamin like product or whatever, and everybody was like shocked because, you know, he was a supporter of Tati's vitamins from her own like brand. And then I don't remember how it came, but like next thing we know, Tati's posts like an 1.5 hour long video.
Goodbye, sisters.
Yeah, literally of her just like exposing James and being like, he's done this, he's said that, and that's where the sucking dick and cock meme came from. That's where the whole thing came from. And it was just insane.
I will admit it was lovely to see them kind of cannibalize and like self-implode. And that's kind of like, this is what you get for being kind of boring.
This is what you get. Bye, sister.
Bye, sister. Goodbye, sister.
Oh, God.
That's just... See, that's part of why I'm like, if we ever do get caught up in a scandal, if we ever get like that big where we like have a scandal,
where we're scandals,
I want you to know, no matter, because I don't see myself coming out as like a racist or a transphobe anytime soon.
I mean, I'd hope so, but
and I hope the same for you. But like, whatever scandal we find ourselves in, I'll let you know. I'm just gonna not care, probably.
Oh, okay.
I'm just good vibes.
You're
only.
Just gonna like live your life as per usual.
Yeah, probably.
Just like a video resurfaces of you saying something like kind of stupid, and you're just like, okay.
I mean, as times change, I mean, if for some reason in the 500 years we decide that like if later down the line things get really bad and people critique my use of like FAG, I don't think I'd get as defensive. I would say, okay, now seeing how things have changed and blah blah blah, I see how that was wrong.
Okay, that's understandable.
But for now, I'll be letting those faggots fly.
Hey, let let your flag, your fag flag fly.
But yeah, I just like also like I just I don't care. I don't feel,
you just don't care.
I do not like engaging in discourse. I love to disagree. But I'm not.
You love
here
to like hear about the drama, but you don't engage in the drama.
Depends. If the drama is like fun, then yes.
Okay.
But if not, then no.
If it's just like regular drama, then
because like what's going on with the drama again, that wasn't fun. That was just kind of stupid.
No, that's understandable. But speaking of drama, let's go take a break.
Let's. And we're back. And you know what? Since the last time you saw us or heard of us, I suppose, because you can't see someone in the podcast, things have happened.
They have indeed.
Things have happened. Someone would say new and noteworthy things.
Some very noteworthy things.
Very noteworthy things. And guess what? We're going to tell you about them in this wonderful segment that we love to call each other, the makers of the podcast, Queer Quandaries.
And let's get into this week's top stories. So I feel like this first story is kind of just really telling of the direction that our country is headed in.
Oh God.
Which, yeah. So anyway, recently The Advocate released an article talking about how southern states are starting to notice a rapid uptake in families who have trans children moving to more northern states because of the huge amount of anti-trans bills and legislation being put out there.
Yeah, of course.
One trans girl in particular, Kai Shapley, who testified against these harmful bills in the state legislature last year, recently posted a statement on Twitter about the uptake. This is what she had to say. My mom sold our home and everything that doesn't fit in our car because the state I was born in is not safe for trans kids. Anyways, happy Independence Day to everyone who gets to celebrate that.
Drag them.
Kai and her mom, Kimberly Shapley, have so if you're wondering, Kai and her mom, Kimberly, they've set up a GoFundMe campaign to not only help fund their move, but they're also helping out other families who are kind of in similar situations with trans children and, in states that are really just headed in a bad direction. And so you can go check that out. We'll put it in the description below. But on the GoFundMe page, Kimberly said, "We are only taking belongings that fit in the car unless we get a motorhome, including 3 cats and a 50-pound dog on a road trip that doesn't have a destination yet. What we have in mind so far is an epic road trip the kids will remember forever. And my goal as a mom is to help ensure the memories from this season of our life are the ones that bring them joy later in life." Now, Texas is not the only state with a large uptake in anti-trans legislation. Alabama is coming in a very close second. So, not sure if you're aware, but this year Alabama enacted a law criminalizing the provision of gender-affirming care to youth. A mother who identifies herself as Heather and her 15-year-old trans son, Robert, are planning to move to Illinois. Heather spoke with Time magazine and said, quote, the atmosphere here is already tense. Could you imagine what it will be like closer to the election?"
Yeah.
So
as things heat up, as things get more contentious.
Oh yeah, it's going to get a lot worse. And I think this is just, it's so like, this is where we're headed, that, people don't feel safe in like their home states anymore, and they have to leave to just
leave their homes.
So that they're not like criminalized for being who they are.
And I think too, a lot of people this is kind of like quote unquote what the conservatives want. Like, if you don't like it here, then leave.
Yeah.
But you're not just leaving behind like a place that like, who's like only like the government is like, systemically trying to like remove you or like kind of like get rid of you. Yeah. You're also leaving behind like all your childhood memories, your childhood home. You have a lot of memories and like relationships in this area already. Yeah. So they're leaving behind all their friends, any family that is around them, and the places that like they spent their formative years. So like they're leaving a lot behind. They're sacrificing a lot to do these things. So yes, like a lot of people are saying, oh, if it's like dangerous, then you should leave. But you're like you're leaving a big part of your identity behind by like,
absolutely
leaving your home, basically your home.
Yeah.
In some brighter news, DC has opened its first homeless LGBTQ shelter.
Hey.
Does not have a name yet.
Oh, okay.
But it is. It's gonna. Sorry, I was hoping I had to hear more of your sipping, but no.
Oh no.
But no, it is a opening. Like, it's gonna open up in beginning of August.
Fierce.
But it is designed to help house, and I think it also has resources for like job placement as well.
Love that.
For not just the LGBTQ youth, but also our because we do focus a lot about the youngins, but
the youngins.
But you can fall in hard times at any point of your life.
That is
especially
true.
in the economic state that we are in.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, girl.
Oh, especially in these times.
And here's the thing too. I know for a lot of people, I can relate to this too. Even if I fell in some pretty hard times, my family would want to help. I'm not sure how much they could.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna want to at least try.
Yeah, and it's like I'm very far away from any kind of family. So like even if they had the means, it would take time.
That's fair. Yeah, they can't just like Venmo you a loan or something.
I mean, if they really pulled their resources,
yeah,
I suppose maybe, but like.
Okay.
If they're, I would never.
Yeah.
I would just.
That's understandable.
I'd probably just take a train.
Yeah.
Klarna a train and just.
Klarna a train.
You can.
You can Klarna a train now?
Amtrak, yeah. Amtrak works on Klarna.
Oh my God. 4 easy payments. 4 easy installments.
Or 6 with interest.
Oh yes. This Swedish people, we do not like to pay all at once. We pay the once, the twice.
The 3 times. Okay.
I am finished.
Oh, well, here's the thing about that, too.
Sorry to my ancestors.
I have no...
Sorry to my Swedish ancestors.
I have no regrets.
You have no apologies.
No apologies. Oh. But also think, too, like, why would you want to take the train in America? It's so bad.
I mean, I'll admit...
Our rail system is... poop.
Flop. It's not stellar, but anyway. Okay, so unfortunately we're gonna go back in a more somber direction after that wonderful story. So this week a former teacher from Maryland was arrested and charged with a series of chemical attacks on gay men in the Washington D.C. park. Michael Thomas Pruden was arrested in Norfolk, Virginia for apparently impersonating a park police officer at Meriden Park, aka Malcolm X Park, after dark on 5 separate occasions between 2018 and 2021. The park is allegedly a very popular gay cruising spot for a lot of gay men, and the incidents report claims that Pruden specifically targeted these men for his attacks. The Department of Justice sent out a press release about this arrest, saying that before spraying the men, Pruden pretended to be a park police officer, shined a flashlight on the victims' faces, and gave the victims police-style directives. The indictment alleges that Pruden assaulted 4 of the victims because of their actual or perceived sexual orientation. Apparently, Pruden had been arrested on similar charges last year in Virginia, but was acquitted at a trial in a federal court in Alexandria. 2 of Pruden's victims claimed that he approached them in the park, identified himself as a police officer, and then sprayed them with pepper spray. One was also allegedly beat with a very large stick. A witness who saw one of the attacks said that the stick was approximately 3 feet in length and 2 inches in diameter, and that Pruden yelled, "I'll get you," as the victims tried to escape. He is currently facing up to 50 years in a federal penitentiary if convicted on the assault charges, and an additional 3-year statutory maximum sentence for impersonating a federal officer.
Boo.
That's a pretty big L.
Pretty big L. And here's the thing too. So was he like fighting people while they're in the act of cruising?
I think it was probably like they were either about to be, or like he could tell that something was about to happen, or like they were already doing it. And then he was like, "Hey, I'm a police officer." And then he sprayed them with pepper spray and was like, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
this might be a hot take. I think cruising is probably a not safe or good thing for the community anymore.
In this day and age, in some of the times that we're in right now, I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Yeah. Because
as much fun as it is for some people, I know there's just a lot going on that I don't know. Like if I were single, I don't think I'd feel comfortable
or safe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because you never know what.
And it's become like people know about it now. So
yeah, exactly.
It's not the secret. It's not secret anymore.
No, it's not.
So you can kind of like be targeted.
Exactly.
I would be against it. And also like obviously like this is because of the conservatives have really taken this kind of full steam ahead approach on like kind of against the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
So, just stay out there, but
stay vigilant.
Stay vigilant. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
final story.
The European Commission is suing Hungary over anti-LGBTQ laws and its refusal to recertify Club Radio. Fuck me.
Okay.
Club Radio off the air. Basically, Hungary has been doing some Florida style anti-gay stuff. Yeah. Like you can't talk about. They're saying gender changes and homosexuality in schools.
Right.
And also, to be said, it's illegal to get married.
Yep.
If you're not heterosexual there.
Yeah.
And basically the European Union is making moves to like put pressure for them to kind of let up on their anti-LGBT. In the Club Radio, in 2020, they refused to renew their license to remain on the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which else they're denying that they ever did it.
Okay.
And this Club Radio spoke against Hungary's government, and it also brought to light like LGBTQ and trans issues, and basically they were shut down. And to be said too, Club Radio is also still on the internet, but it's off like the radio.
Right.
So the EU is saying,
yeah. And did you hear about I think President Zelensky of Ukraine is apparently, he's kind of debating on, I know they're still in the midst of what's going on, but they're apparently President Zelensky is contemplating on like making gay marriage like illegal in Ukraine. I guess it wasn't, but apparently that's like his next move or something.
He's gonna illegalize it?
No, he's legalize.
Oh, okay, good.
Legalize, yeah.
I mean, the sentiment is not lost on me, but like I think you got more important things to do.
That is definitely fair. I mean, yay for all the Ukrainian gays.
But before we take our break, I don't think we talked about this at all really. Monkeypox. Be safe. Know about. I know it's not as crazy in Massachusetts right now, but I know in New York it's getting a little dicey, and I think in LA a little bit too. Stay safe.
Everything's dicey in LA.
Everything's dicey. It's fair.
Yeah.
Keep yourself aware of the cases in your area.
Yep.
And also, I think the chickenpox vaccine is effective against it. So
if you are
those kinds of vaccinations are available in your area, please take advantage of them.
Get vaccinated.
And with that, we're taking a break.
Let's do it. ladies, gents, and everyone in between, it's time for a little rundown of what happened this week. All right, first up, Love Island USA recently revealed the Islanders who will be coming to the villa in the new season this year. And during their introduction videos, one of the girls, Courtney, talked openly about how in the past she has dated both men and women. In the past, Love Island has only ever had one bisexual contestant on the show, and it was on the UK version during series 2. And in 2021, I don't know if y'all remember this, but the producers of the UK version got into a little bit of a scandal and said that they were criticized for saying that bringing too many LGBTQ plus contestants on the show would present, quote, logistical difficulties. So let's hope that Courtney is not like the last, bisexual or LGBTQ plus contestant to come to the villa in Love Island. Next up, the popular video game The Sims recently announced in an upcoming update along with the game's long-awaited expansion pack, The Sims 4 High School Years. They will be adding asexual and aromantic identity options into the game. Sims 4 designer, senior designer, and design lead Jessica Croft told Pride.com, with this one, you'll be able to define your Sims' romantic interests and also their physical interests. We're cleaving those two parts. Those are separate things because we want to be able to reflect a broader range of stories, including asexual and aromantic Sims as well. So be sure to look out for that update on July 28th. Next up, Lizzo. Her new album is finally out. Lizzo's new album, Special, has finally been released, and a lot of people cannot stop raving about a specific track off the album, particularly titled Everybody's Gay. The upbeat song talks about how people should feel free to be themselves out at the club in the middle of the night, and it is already becoming a dance floor favorite. A little while back, Cornbread the Snack Chate held a Night of 1,000 Lizzos tribute show in West Hollywood, and at that show, Lizzo herself actually made an appearance and performed an early look at the show when she got all up in drag and did some performances. And when she was at the show, she said to the audience, "I've been feeling so down, so depressed, and so stressed lately. I feel so much hate from the world sometimes, but to come into this place and feel love from the LGBTQIA plus community, by the way, since day motherfucking one, we've been walking together. It means so, so much to me." So go out and stream Lizzo's new album, Special, available on all streaming platforms. Next up, Noah Schnapp has finally confirmed what all Stranger Things fans have been wondering since the very first season. Is Will Byers gay? And the answer is yes. In a recent interview with Variety magazine, he said, quote, "Obviously it was hinted at in season 1. It was always kind of there, but you never really know. Is it just him growing up slower than his friends? Now that he's older, they made it a very real, obvious thing. Now it's 100% clear that he is gay and he does love Mike." So finally, we have our answer, and I could not be. They hinted at it pretty well during the fourth season.
I watched the first season. Yeah, I have no spoilers in the fourth season.
If you have seen season 4 of Stranger Things, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But last but not least, one of the biggest announcements of the week, which has already been discussed quite a bit, but we're still going to discuss it. This week on Monday, Broadway fans were floored when it was announced that Miss Lea Michele is going to be taking over the role of Fanny Bryce in Funny Girl following Beanie Feldstein's departure on September 25th. Now, a lot of people are not too happy with this.
Isn't Lea Michele like a fucking monster?
Oh, yeah. Leah. Some people think that Leah got the part just because of her influence from her days on Glee, because I feel like it's a well-known fact that Rachel Berry's most iconic number from the show was undoubtedly Don't Rain on My Parade, performed by the iconic Barbra Streisand. And there's also a lot of people that are really pissed because Leah has a bit of a racist past. And in Funny Girl, Fanny Bryce's best friend is a black man. Also, just like before we wrap this up, this is such like a Glee thing. In the show, it was, when Rachel gets the part of Fanny on opening night, Jane Lynch, who plays Sue Sylvester on the show, literally gets up and leaves halfway through one of Rachel's numbers in the show, and she's just like, fuck this, I can't do it. I mean, Sue was always bitter, but it was announced along with Leah coming in, they're also going to be replacing the role of Fanny's mom, who is currently being played by Jane Lynch, with another Jewish actress, Tova Feldsha. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. My apologies. Which, to be fair, she does look a lot more like Leah, so I guess it makes sense for the role choice. Because Jane wouldn't really look she doesn't really look like Leah, so it wouldn't make sense for the role of Fanny's mom. But it just is like such a Glee thing that is when Leah is coming in, Jane is going to be leaving the show.
And Jane was like, "Oh, I can't deal with this bitch again. I can't. I'm not doing this."
It's just so good.
And that little mom thing, that's just a convenient cover up.
Yep. But anyway,
speaking of cover ups, let's take a break.
Let's do it.
And we're back after that wonderful and restful and exhilarating break.
Oh, it's just so good.
Now, I don't know about you. If you frequent twitter.com, I'm literally on there all the time.
Yes.
A certain videos went pretty viral of Christian Walker.
My God.
Beefing with Kalani in the Starbucks drive-thru.
This floored me. This was so fucking funny to me.
Truly just...
So for those of you who don't know who Kalani is, she's a singer, she's a rapper, she's a musical artist. Is she either bisexual or is she lesbian? Or I don't, because I know she was one of my favorite songs by Haley Kiyoko. She was featured on that song, so I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, yeah, she literally, like, the video is just of Christian Walker, who, if y'all out there don't know who Christian Walker is,
don't find out.
I was gonna say, do yourself a favor and don't look him up. But I still don't understand. He is like the biggest walking oxymoron.
Kalani
ever
comes out as lesbian.
Okay, there we go. But it literally was just like Christian Walker. Like, I guess Kalani had said something about how he was an asshole. And then the video is just Christian, like, videotaping Kalani, like, 2 cars up. And he's just like, actually, you're the asshole. Okay? So why don't you just, like, get your drink and go? Because you're kind of being a little bit of an asshole here, you know? Like, I think I'm being very reasonable. I think I'm being, like, quite good here. You're actually the asshole here, you know? And he, like, gets out of his car and, like, in the drive-thru, and then walks over to her while she's in her car and is just videotaping her, like, such a Karen move.
The thing is,
oh my
Christian,
God.
He was just like, he exuded such loser energy in that moment.
He himself is just such a loser, though. I'm sorry. No, I don't care.
The thing was, in that specific moment, because him being like, I'm actually being quite reasonable. Like, nobody fucking cares.
Literally.
A, no, you're not. B, like, if you're gonna, like, be that girl, just go out and be that girl.
Also, have you? I don't know if you've, like, followed, but do you know what Christian Walker's Starbucks order is?
No.
So
Pink drink?
I don't pinkity drinkity. No, it's I don't remember the full thing, but it literally is like 3 shots of espresso over ice with like, and I don't know if there's any, it's like some really weird drink that like doesn't, it's not necessarily like a full drink, but I know a big part of it is 3 shots of espresso just over ice.
That's strange, but I mean, good for her.
She just drinks like straight espresso, and I'm like, you know what?
We got bigger fish to fry. You got bigger things going on.
Yeah,
but to that be said, it was all just very unexpected. I just was not seeing that coming.
I don't think anybody had that on their 2022 bingo card.
And so we're gonna talk about things that happened this year that
we may not
were not on our cards.
Yeah, we may not have been expecting, because it's been quite a year already. Because we're at the halfway point.
We're quickly approaching. Yeah. Oh no, we passed the halfway point.
How did we?
Yeah, June is 6, so we're past.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, some stuff that has gone down this year so far. I feel like this one, it's been expected, but at the same time, nobody was 100% sure on whether or not it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Miss Jamie Lynn Spears being exposed for the horrible sister that she is.
Oh, I didn't know that she was as involved
in Britney's conservatorship. Yeah,
I didn't know that she was so complicit in
the part. Because there was a lot. I mean, there was a lot that went on behind the scenes that we didn't know about, obviously. And I keep saying this. I really hope that at some point later down the line, Britney does, I would love to see her do a sit down interview with Oprah or Robin Roberts or, somebody, and just rip all of them to shreds and give us, I would love, to hear the full
I love to hear it, but I also kind of I would also like to give her privacy if she talk about what she wants to talk about. That's and also true. It's probably
but that's why I'm
in this moment it's probably legally iffy. There's probably some slander that could be thrown at her.
That's that's understandable. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'm saying later down the line.
Yeah.
Hopefully when Britney feels up to it, but I would love to see that
the takedown piece. Yeah, that'd be
I would love.
Delicious.
Chef's kiss.
Another thing that to me that's kind of a little strange is recently Elon Musk and Donald Trump were beefing.
Oh my god.
Because they're both in this rich white man.
They're
not responsible, doesn't answer to anybody, says just the most random asinine shit.
Yeah, they're just they can't do any wrong because
and they have
this rich white
and man. They have this rabid following of disgruntled white men that are just so irritating.
So do you know the whole tea of what happened?
Basically, Trump made a tweet about how honestly kind of go off. Trump made this whole big thing about how Elon Musk would be nothing without government subsidies and how he is kind of worthless and a nothing, and his companies are kind of failing, and that he's kind of worthless without all of the government handouts, and that he's really truly came. His success makes no sense because he's made nothing of himself, and he's just kind of a shit person.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
Listen, I do not like this man.
No, but
right is right and wrong is wrong, and
a
broken clock is right twice a day.
The only other thing that I have ever not hated his guts for was when RBG passed. He made some comment when he just found out about the news. Mm-hmm. I remember because he was in the middle of a press conference, I think, and then one of the reporters was did you hear about RBG passing? And he was oh, that just happened recently? And they were yeah. And he took an actual second and was well, whether you liked her or you didn't, you can't deny she was like a legend, and he said some like surprisingly nice things for Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, he's certainly doing. But here's because the thing about him is that it's all for show.
Of course,
it's all
of
for
course.
show. So
of course.
There's a consciousness behind there. It's just
but he's feeding
he's feeding the beast.
People what they want to hear.
Yeah. Anyways, what's next on your list?
Oh Lord, what is next on my list?
Yeah. Also to reiterate, fuck Trump.
Fuck Trump.
Yeah.
Fuck Trump.
Suck a toe.
I mean, I don't know if this is really like crazy, quote unquote, but there have been quite a lot of celebrity babies this year.
Has there been?
Nick and Priyanka, Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra Jonas had a baby. MGK and Megan Fox, I think, are expecting.
I don't need to hear about them anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear about them anymore.
Their marriage
insane.
is like, I don't know if you know, but their marriage is apparently like hanging by a thread.
And they're also both like he like called her while he had like a gun in his mouth, and they like wear this ring that like hurts to take off.
It's apparent. Yeah,
it's insane.
I've heard rumors that she apparently like low key can't stand him.
I can't stand him either. She needs to get out of there. She deserves better
than Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah.
Also, one last thing quick here. Did you hear about that guy that stole that plane?
No.
Last thing. Yeah, a guy just took a plane.
He just took a plane.
Just like he worked at the airport. I think he was like a baggage claim, something like that. Took the plane.
He just wanted to go to Turks and Caicos or something.
No. He took it for a joyride and then crashed it into the woods.
Oh my God.
I look into this more because this is actually truly wild. And someone said this too, like in a post 9/11 world where like there's this visage of like maximal airport security. A guy just took a plane.
Yeah. And I don't know how it happened.
He worked for the airport. So there's that. But also I guess while it was getting fueled or something and no one was in it, he was just like, yeah.
Fierce.
And also like too, he like apparently like
was he like
apparently he like went off. He like did like some tricks. He took off, which is like some stranger. Yeah, it was truly wild.
Doing some aerial acrobatics in a JetBlue.
I think actually, yeah.
Oh, was maybe, it actually JetBlue? Oh, damn.
Jesus, yeah.
Oh, it honestly. So, but speaking of JetBlue,
let's take a break.
Let's do it. Josh.
Yes.
We gotta start.
I know, you're bringing us in.
You had your Twitter play. Oh my God. Okay. Welcome back, everyone.
Oh, I didn't know we were recording. Anyways, okay.
That was the whole point of all this.
It usually takes a second for him to get ready. Okay.
Oh, okay. And welcome back. Oh, wow. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in or not. I'll have to make that decision later. But anyway,
welcome back.
Welcome back to the show. Next up, as y'all know, I hear
50% of latest in the gays.
50% of this, actually 30%, I'd say, of the staff.
Ooh.
Because there's 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, what is there like a 33.3% of the staff here at the Latest in the Gayest podcast is a fan of Heartstopper. Now, I love Heartstopper, and they already know that.
Mm-hmm.
But believe it or not, there are other things out there in the universe besides Heartstopper, and today we're going to talk about it.
Other literature, to be specific, right?
Yes. If you are a fan, so I have kind of recently been getting into I've been kind of getting back into my reading gig.
You have been? I had no idea you haven't been talking about it.
I just wanted to keep it a secret. But I've been getting back into my reading gig a little bit, and I just finished a lovely book, And golly gee willikers, I was just just ready to talk about some queer literature. So if you are a fan of Heartstopper, I'm going to recommend to you 5 really great books that you should check out if you want something kind of along those lines and you need something to tide you over until we get Heartstopper season 2. So first off, this one, we have already talked about it, but if we're talking about queer literature, romance novels, this one needs to be mentioned. It's the Wicked of gay romance books. It is Red, White, and Royal Blue.
What makes it the Wicked of
it's
gay
It's one of those
literature?
Books that just like gay book nerds. I explained this to him and to Josh and Lance, but it's like one of my friends who is also a really big fan of the book. He explained it to me in a way that I felt like was very good. Red, White, and Royal Blue is to gay book nerds what Wicked is to theater nerds. Like everybody's seen it, everybody's read it, everybody either loves it or just has such just knows the book well. And I know we already talked about it, like Alex Claremont Diaz, first son of the United States bisexual icon, has a budding romance with Henry, Prince of Wales, and it's all about their trials and tribulations of being in the public eye. And all jokes aside, it is like actually a really good book. And it's also got some hot and heavy scenes in there for all you sexy people. So please, I'm not even saying this just like for press. It is a really good book. Like, so if you want something, check out Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McAnthony. It's just so good. Anyway, next up, this one is something that I just recently finished reading, but it still falls within these qualifications, so I just needed a chance to gush about it. It's called Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. Now, this one is for the nerds.
The nerds.
If you are a fan of nerdy shit, if you are a fan of trading card games, kind of like Magic the Gathering vibes.
Okay, yeah.
If you are a fan of road trips, if you are a fan of like YouTube, if you are a fan of the classic like enemies become lovers trope, this book is for you. It is about Alden and Conrad, who are a part of a group of 4 who are kind of part of this like YouTube channel that's run by this like old guy who calls himself Gamer Grandpa. And the channel is apparently very popular, and they play like their version, I guess, of like Magic the Gathering. And that's like what most of their videos are about. And then Alden and Conrad, when the book starts off, they don't get along very well. They kind of get on each other's nerves a lot. But when the book starts off, the gamer grandpa in question, Professor Titille, he reveals that he's purchased 4 tickets for the guys to go to MOC West Convention, which is kind of like a Magic the Gathering convention, and you play against a bunch of other people and you have a chance to win a spot on like some big tournament, like pro playing tournament for their Magic. And they Alden and Conrad end up going on this like big road trip across the country from New Jersey to Las Vegas. And the book is all about their road trip together and how they sort of get to like actually know each other and find out maybe this person's not so annoying after all. And they fall in love, and it's beautiful.
The old guy?
No, the old guy. No, Conrad and Alden.
Okay. Sorry, I got confused for a second. I was like, wait, is the old guy the one falling in love? Like,
no, no.
We're falling in love with some old gay people. I mean, old gay people need love too.
I mean, they do. They absolutely do. But no, Professor Tuttle is just
old.
He has a little bit of an accident actually and can't make it to the convention, but he sends like Conrad and Alden ahead to like go play and do
secure the bag.
Yeah, and it's all, but it is like, I'm serious. It's so well written. It's so good. It's a very will they won't they type of book. Like the anticipation is a really big thing of what kept me going throughout that book.
Literary edging.
Oh, very much so. So
lovely.
Highly suggest Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. Next up is, so these are ones that I have not read yet, but I hear wonderful things about. And so this,
you haven't read these yet?
Well, no, I've read Red, White, and Royal Blue and Conventionally Yours, but the next three that I'm going to talk about, I have not.
So maybe you're not as much of a reader as the others. Sorry.
Call me out.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so next up we have Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savanna. Last name I can't pronounce.
Drag her.
The book is about a guy named Ari who works at his family's. So this one, actually, Joshua, you might be interested in this because it is a little bit rooted in culinary and bakery. So it's about Ari who works at his family's small town bakery, but has big dreams of moving to the city and living out his dreams in the Big Apple, until one day his family hires a new guy named Hector, who is not only good, has some good culinary skills, but as they both get to know each other, they find out that they have a lot of similar family trauma and lots of drama between the two. And
they both like sucking on hard cocks.
And they are both gay. And they both have a lot of drama, a lot of family issues. But that does not stop their romance from blooming. But
so they're gonna be.
Hey, but so check out Bloom. If I might actually check that one out next because I'm not gonna lie, it sounds good. This one is for the ladies. Cheer Up, Love, and Pom-Poms by Crystal Fraiser and Val Wise. The story is about Bibi and Annie, who haven't been friends for a while, but are pushed back into each other's orbits when Annie joins the cheerleading team. Now, while Annie may only be interested in adding an extracurricular to her college applications, Bibi wishes that she wasn't being constantly singled out as the school's only out trans girl. If you're a fan, if Tara and Darcy are like your favorite couple from Heartstopper, this is the book for you. So check out Cheer Up,
this might be my
Love, and Pom-Poms. So basically any book that's not like Nick and Charlie.
Yes.
Literally. Oh my God.
You could be like, if you thought that girl that got stood up at her date was more interesting than Charlie and Nick, I'm like, carry on.
I'll take my money.
If you think the art teacher was more impressive than
my God,
and I'm like, go on.
Oh, say less. Anyway, and last but not least, we have The Passing Playbook by Isaac Fitzsimmons. Now, at his new school, Spencer might finally have the chance to have it all. Friends, a starting position on the soccer team, and maybe even something more than friendship with one of his new teammates. But when there's a problem, when a new discriminatory law is put into place, it seems that he gets benched for the season on the soccer team because Spencer is also the only person. Well, he's the only person at his school who knows that he's trans.
Oh.
And so a new discriminatory law is apparently put into place that benches him for the season because of the F on his birth certificate. And he has to make a decision on whether or not to just sit on the sidelines or fight for his right to play, even if it means coming out to his new friends and teammates, including his crush. So this one I think is very good in terms of like, because there's a lot of, you know, all the anti-trans stuff that's been going out about trans kids not being able to participate in like student athletic events and stuff like that. This is a really good book for that. So check out The Passing Playbook by Isaac Fitzsimmons. And speaking of passing, let's take a break.
I'm gonna go jump.
Oh, okay. Bye, Diva.
Bye.
Bye,
sisters.
And we're back.
But not for long.
No, Diva, because it has come time to say adieu to yet another fantastic episode of The Latest and the Gayest.
What's that Italian for?
You know, I think it's Italian for, if you would like to subscribe, rate, and review The Latest and the Gayest, you can do so on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and Radio Public. And also, please follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at TLATG Pod to stay up to date on all things The Latest and the Gayest. And also, please check out our link tree, which can be found in the bio of all of our social medias, to not only find links on where you can listen to the show and all our social media links, but you can also find some resources on a lot of charities and organizations and things that we have going on right now. We have some abortion funds you can donate to, and the Center for Reproductive Rights, with everything still going on after the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and Ukraine help defense funds, and just so many great things. So please check it out. And with that, thank you for joining us, and bye, sisters.
See you later. Goodbye.
That was so like
abrupt.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, bye.